Okay, so picking up where we left off, we're going to go back into our master pages and I'll show you how to put a number for your page so that you don't have to manually go in and add a different number each time. If you take a text and place it, we're going to place one in our bottom left hand corner box, and I'm just going to put in A for now. You can format this to the size and text that you would like, but I'm just going to place this here for now. I'm also going to change my fitting to fit to content so that it's snapped clearly around the text, and make sure that's fitting into the bottom left hand corner. So now if you go in there and highlight that text and then go up to edit, type, and insert special character, and under markers go to current page number. What this will now do is indicate your page number on each page. So if we click out of this and just leave it there, we go to page 1. Oh, it's not working to page 1 because I only indicated this on the left page of my document, and the right page is the way the first page starts. So in order to duplicate this, we can just grab this guy, pull it across, and I believe this should work. So let's see now. Great. So you can see the 1 indicated there. We should have a 2 and a 3 on this page. Yes. 2, 3, great. However, if I were to create, let's go to page 10 and see what's going on, you're going to see that these numbers are squished together because they're trying to fit within that box. So typically, if you go into your text box and hit an AA, it'll be set now, but with the the double letter spacing. So now if I go into the 10, I have the space for the proper indication of a 10. And likewise, if you get above 100 pages as well, make it into 3 spaces so that when in your master it can accommodate for that. So now that we have this indicated in our master, I'm going to go into the text that I want in the document. So actually, instead of having this first page be the master, I'm going to apply a blank to it because I want it to just be the cover page. So I'm going to go to apply master and hit none and hit OK, and now it should remove all of the formatting that I had there. Oh, this is my none. Okay, so my none, it doesn't have the column, but it does have that strange spacing. I'll fix that when we get to the cover design. But at least on this page, I'm going to say apply master pages. Okay, and then I need to change this to be the first page. So then if I have this here, numbering and section options, and if you go into start page numbering at 1, I believe it should shift this throughout the entire document. This did not work. Let's give it a go again. So right click, numbering and section options, start page numbering at 1. Page 2. Let's see if this works. Okay. I will check on this in the next one, cover how to adjust that. But for now, let's go to the text box. If you go over to your text, click this, and then drag it into your column, it'll snap to that spacing that we had set with our master. And then I'm just going to write some placeholders. And then if you right click within when your cursor is live, you can put in fill placeholder placeholder text, and this will put in a bunch of Latin that you can use as just a guideline for how it's spacing with the font and size that you're looking for. So if I select in here, it's defaulted at Minion Pro at 12 point, and it's just a regular font. It's also hyphenated and has a left alignment. So what I want to do is I want to change this to another text. I'm going to pick Garamond, as this is a tight one, so you can start to see when text gets too small, and then put it down to 11. Now you're going to probably need to print out a couple versions of your document to make sure that the text isn't reading too small, but typically you want to have between like 6 and 8 words reading across your column. If I left this at 12, you see that there's only 2, 3, 5, and it looks very short and kind of disjuncted as the paragraph proceeds along. So if I make it at 11, which is what I had, it works much nicer. 10 point starts to get too condensed because Garamond is a very small font to begin with, and this might be challenging for the reader to move through easily. So if I make this 11 point, that's a nice in between. And then I also want to change that hyphenation because I don't want it to be hyphenated. I want the left alignment, however, I want it to be a full word. So if you go over to your paragraph, you'll see the bottom left-hand corner has a hyphenate option. If you unclick that, it'll dehyphenate your words. And now I have a nice paragraph that has alignment to the left and a lot of variation. I would suggest that you not use the font that, or the alignment that makes both sides aligned, because what this does is creates rivers through your text. If you flip your text upside down, you'll be able to see the white streams. And in graphic design, this is called something like rivers, which is it strains your eye to read. It looks graphically organized and pretty clean to a lot of us. However, it's not a proper way to write a document, and especially if you're going to have people reading these paragraphs, you don't want this kind of variation within your text. So I'm going to keep it to left alignment and leave it to have the irregular side. However, I'm going to, at the end of my paragraph, add a space, and I think this is it. So now, within what we do for the paragraph style, if you are within your text box and you're within a paragraph that you have edited, this will set the guidelines for what you need to do. So if you go up to paragraph styles, if this isn't docked within your right hand side, you go to Window, go to Styles, and then you can go to Paragraph Styles. If you pull this out, you're going to see basic paragraph with a plus sign indicated. This means that that basic paragraph that we did has some local edits to it, and that's what's indicated by that left, or that plus sign. I'm going to go down and hit the Create New Paragraph Style button, and you'll see Paragraph Style 1 prompt. If you right-click that, click Edit, I'm going to call it Main Body Text. You need to have it be some kind of name that's indicative of what it is speaking to, especially if you start to have a long document, because you might have styles that are so similar, but then if the naming convention doesn't clearly say what it is, you might need to go through a guessing game. So this one I will be calling my main body text, and you can see the edits that I have here. There's not that much. It's just the Garamond, the size point, font, and then the hyphenation that's adjusted. So I'm going to hit OK, and now I have my main body text that has been saved. Now in regards to my title, what I want to do is change this. So I want to make this, let's make it an Arial. I'm going to make it a bold italic and also change it to a 14 font. And I'm just going to click inside of it, not have it highlighted, but just click it. And then I'm going to go Create New and right click as we just did before and call this main body text title. And hit OK. And you can see the edits that I just did just below here. Hit OK. So now that I have my paragraph style dictated, if you pull off any text box, right click, fill it with placeholder text. It'll come in as the default basic paragraph within the program. But if I click that off, and then type in main body text, it'll change it directly to that text that I had there. If you go in and then alter this by adding a space, it'll still read the same, it'll be fine. But if you do any other local editing, let's say like make this a tab here, hit OK, not changing. So then I'll force it this way. Strange. Okay, there we go. I changed that font. Finally, it gave me the local, gave me the local override. So this little plus means that there's been a local override. If you want to confirm that, you can leave it as is. It won't change anything. But if you put in new text, let's say from like a Word document that's linked to this, that will remove the local edits that you did. Otherwise, you can click this icon here, and it removes the local editing from that paragraph. So we're going to stop here, and then the next part I will talk about linking images.